This is All Things Black with Garland and Calvin. I'm Calvin. He's Garland. That is the championship trophy, or championship belt rather, which we'll talk a little more about later.
Yeah.
But we are here to discuss Raising Kanan, season 1, episode 7. Stay in your lane. But before that, how things going, Garland? How you doing, sir?
Feel great, man. Great Labor Day weekend. Hopefully people got out and, at least did some stuff safely and everything. I got to go to the state fair here in Maryland. And so, that was a good little thing. Got some funnel cake. And yeah, just basically, saw Candyman. Y'all saw the review. Gave it 4 Ronnies. And, it's a good weekend. What about
I
yourself?
haven't, you know what? I haven't been to the state fair in a good, oh man, it has to be 10 or 15 years. And the funny thing is, my in laws used to always go, and they came over not too long ago and asked if we were going. And we had every intention of going, and I have no idea why we didn't go, but we should have gone to the state fair. We have to go next year. I used to be in 4-H, so I used to always go to the state fair, but I used to be on the side with all the livestock. I
Yeah.
actually, I hosted a talent show one time, and I actually hosted a beauty pageant, but it was a animal beauty pageant. So they had their pigs dressed up and everything. Back in my teenage, you back in my teenage years. That's when all lives really mattered for me, bro. Like you
Right,
couldn't tell me that.
boy. You said 4-H.
4-H,
Okay, go.
hey,
I guess
I
I
was a
can
Boy
understand
Scout.
junior achievement. You was in junior achievement too, right?
I don't even know what that is, but I was in Boy Scouts, I
Oh,
was in 4-H, I was in Nature Club. Bruh, listen, I have a wide variety of experiences and take matter of
ooh,
fact, 4-H was the reason that I went to Barbados when I was 16. I actually did a youth exchange in Barbados before Rihanna and before it was even
right.
really modernized. Like we were walking around there with our little gear on. They was like, "Look at the Yankee boys, come buy something here." But eating the food, the culture, that's a whole different story. But yo, it listen, I got a lot back behind me. But anyway, as I mentioned, we're here to discuss Raising Canaan. If you want to discuss with us, if you want to jump in on the chat, you will have to jump in on the chat through the Facebook page, All Things Black with Garland and Calvin, or you could go to the YouTube channel, All Things Black with Garland and Calvin, and comment there. You could also comment on Twitter, which is at ATBWGANDC, which of course stands for All Things Black with Garland and Calvin. If you comment on my personal page, we won't be able to see it until after the broadcast when we log off. So if you want to comment, you have to comment on one of those three. You can also follow us on the Instagram page, which as is the Twitter page at ATBGWAND at ATBWGANDC, which is All Things Black with Garland and Calvin. Anyway, why don't we get started?
Let's get
Garland,
started.
take it away.
All right, and junior achievement was a business development class for high school students that taught them business techniques, and they did a project in which they earned money, and so that was the whole thing for junior achievement. Okay. Anyway, going back to 1985. All right, stay in your lane. Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. And so last week, Unique, he made an attempt on Lulu's life at the Bulletproof Records showcase. Famous and Jukebox have a hit with The Streets Need a Body. And that leads us to this episode. And so in this episode, the Thomas family, they're about to go at war. They are at war, as a matter of fact. Their connect has cut off their supply of coke. Scrappy was tortured. Like I said last week, I told y'all Scrappy did not die because I
You were
saw his
right.
eyes twitching.
There
Yes,
were a few people that
a
said
lot
that
of
he
people.
wasn't alive. I was on the side that he was deceased, but yeah, Scrappy clearly made it.
Scrappy made it, and so Scrappy was tortured and dropped that Rock in Kanan's home, and he's not dead. Rock decides to strike back by having Lulu hit Worrell, who was one of the hitters that was supposed to take out Lulu. He sneaks into the apartment. Lulu sneaks into the apartment, but he misses his shot. Meanwhile, Uncle Marvin sets up shop at the gas station, but he doesn't tell Raquel and Lou. Business appears to be good there at the shop with the white clientele getting their product from the highway. And so let's get into our first subject, crack kills. And so because they lost their connect and they're low on product, the crew needs to stretch what they have. And so they've been trying to reach out to Marvin all day, but Marvin's unavailable for some reason that's unexplained. So Kanan steps up and he says, look, this whole highway idea was my idea anyway. I'm a cook. Let's go ahead and cook up this batch. And so one of the people in the crew, he had something to cut it with called Cinda Williams. If you don't know who Cinda Williams is, she was in Mo Better Blues. And so she was one of Denzel's chicks, and along with Denzel's sister who played the other character. And so, you
Spike's
know,
sister. Spike's sister.
Spike's sister. I'm sorry, Spike's sister that played the other character. That's right. It's good to have your brother be the director who could give you starring roles in his movies and stuff. And so, yeah, and so that Mo Better makes it Mo Better. And so Cinda, they had that Cinda Williams, so they cooked it up. Like yeah, let's put out these testers, and so they put the testers out in the street, y'all, and they start dropping people like flies. And so word begins to circulate about the bad batch, and it's so bad that so many people are dying and dropping out. Marvin decides to get all the testers off the street and burn them without telling Rock and Lou, of course, because they're doing it in secret. And so, let me ask you this, I'm going to call you Kanan. Let me ask you this, Calvin. Although Kanan steps up, it's often to the detriment of the family. He messed up when he shot Buck 50, Buck 20. I'm sorry, but is it Buck 50? No, it's Buck 20. He messed up when he shot Buck 20. Uh, he messed up again when he's just out here fighting scrap. And so Marvin also he continues to show that he doesn't care about not having the shop set up at the projects, and he's just been missing in action. So who's worse at the drug business, Kanan or Marvin?
Well, first of all, Cinda Williams was one of the finest women on the screen back in the day. Cinda Williams was Halle Berry before Halle Berry because Jungle Fever hadn't even come out yet. Cinda
Yeah,
Williams'
she had
ass was,
that asymmetrical
she was
cut.
oh yeah, her ass was fine. Anyway, so I think, well, let me back up because I think the reason Marvin didn't have the apartments ready is because he was concentrating on that business with Kanan. So I think Marvin is more to blame because he has more of the experience. Kanan is just one of them young guys that wants to get out and make a name and try to make money. So his ambition is well above his skill level. I see someone mentioning there, why is he making it? Now the dude told him, we're not gonna let you make it, but Kanan was like, you know who I am? You know who I am, Nick? You know who I am? And then he
Right,
just gave in. But yeah, I think it's Marvin more of a detriment right now because I think he's trying to get with Kanan and he's trying to find his niche to make him look better than what he's been looking. And in the meantime, he's failing at everything that he's doing. Now, what Kanan doesn't realize is all he had to do, just like the dude said, you was heavy on that. Cut back on that a little bit because getting a couple deaths is actually advertisement. Killing all the clientele is bad for business.
right,
But getting a couple deaths is actually advertisement. You kill
right,
one or two of them feeds gonna be running like, well, let me try
right,
that. If it gets you that high, it's just like the coronavirus. I ain't getting the vaccine. It ain't gonna mess with me like that. Everybody different, right? Everybody, it affect everybody
right,
differently.
right, right. Somebody out there
But yeah,
selling some vials talking about got that corona, got that COVID. Somebody got a product out there talking about they got that corona or they got that COVID. Like when Lynn Bias died, I got that bias. And so somebody out there talking about they got that COVID. It's the truth.
exactly. Exactly. But yeah, so right now it's Marvin being more of the detriment to the society, to the crew, because he's trying to hitch on to Kanan and trying to get his own niche. I think Kanan is just being ambitious, and if Marvin was a better leader, Marvin would help him out more, and maybe they could do something because with Kanan's ambition and Marvin's experience, they could do something. But Yeah, Marvin is just he's being irresponsible. If irresponsible, you can attach to a drug dealer. He's being irresponsible.
Right. I'm gonna say Kanan, man, because Kanan, you need to fall back, Chief. Learn, look and learn. I mean, first of all, who gonna listen to? And I think Shanika brought this up. Who listening to 15-year-olds in the crack game? Yo, I'm a cook. You know who I don't care who you say you are. Unless Rock come in here, Marvin come in here, or Lulu come in here, we ain't doing nothing. I don't, nigga, you could have built the gas station. I don't care what you doing. I hope you don't get taken off because I said the N word. But I don't care what you say. We waiting for the people to make the decision before we do anything else. I take the orders from Scrappy. We find Scrappy at and I listen to Scrappy first before I listen to Kanan. Come on, man. So yeah, man. 'Cause no. Yeah, he gonna cook it up. Yeah, like Marvin said, the whole thing about crack is it's supposed to bring people back. It's to let them chase the high. We ain't trying to make no zombies. We ain't trying to have Night of the Living base heads out here. We're trying to have people who are just fainting, who going to sell mama TV, who going to smoke the car, who going to smoke all the clothes they got. That's what we want. You out here dropping people. So yeah, to me, Kanan, you stepping up too quick, young boy. Just sit back, learn the business, then step in. You didn't kill somebody you ain't need to kill, and now you up here cooking crack the wrong way. Obviously, your recipe off. You need to have a couple recipes before you get out here, son. You didn't put the cinnamon in that. You didn't put the nutmeg up in that. Maybe you didn't have enough butter. I don't know what it was, but
You, he should have put that Old Bay in it. We
yeah,
talked about it before. He should have put the
you
Old
should put
Bay
the
in it.
Old Bay up in there, like not enough
Exactly.
Old
And
Bay.
and back then he could have been like, got that Ray Lewis, got that Ray
Right.
Lewis.
That's what I
But
said. Go ahead.
and Marvin had a point. Marvin was like, and it's good that they had our testers because Marvin was like, if white people start dropping off this, they're gonna come in and shut everything down.
Right.
Everything gonna be shut down if then white people started dropping behind that.
Right. That's why heroin is about to shut down because now white people out here on that doing the heroin and fentanyl. Before that, people was all nodded out in Baltimore on heroin, one of the big H cities in the states, and
The
nobody
biggest.
cared. Nobody cared. But now that thing is out here in Harford County, is out there in Cecil County, is on there on the Eastern Shore. We need intervention. We need please carry some Norcan in your pocket. So in case somebody drop out,
They
you can
adver-
put
they
some drugs
advertise
in there.
that on the subways. They advertise that on the subway now. There, and it was an advertisement that says something like, "If you care about the community, you can carry this and help out and things
Right.
like that." And like whatever, like
Yeah.
whatever.
Somebody said shout out. I did say Young Bull. Yeah, shout out to Philly because that was a Philly joint right there. Young Bull. Get back, Young Bull. Just let's learn. Sit and learn. So yeah, Kanan, you doing the most as they used to say. My kids used to say, "Daddy, you doing the most." Kanan, you doing the most, yo. Sit down. Sit down. All right, so let's go on to the next subject. Accidental Murderers. And that's a song off of Nas, one of Nas's CDs and all. And so on their way home from the double date with Raquel and Symphony, they get back together. Our favorite light skin, our dude out of the Albie Shore School and the Shamar Moore School of Acting. Symphony Basket, he's back, y'all. She got her boy toy back. She getting her back blown out with Symphony. It wasn't gonna be too long because she ain't had nobody else to go ahead and hit those skinny skins. And so Davina, she brings up Famous's song to Kanan. The streets need a body. If you watched last week's episode, basically Famous took everything that happened in the murder of Buck 20 and put it to lyrics. He had a nice beat. Juke sang the chorus, and they did their thing. And so she's like, this really sounds like he was there when Buck was murdered. Of course, Kanan, he downplays it, saying Famous was making it up, and he confronts Famous, who tells him that tell her that it's artistic license. I'm just taking some stories and I'm just crafting them. Don't mean we necessarily did it. And so they were bringing up something about rappers telling the truth in their songs. So let me ask you this, Calvin. should rappers tell the truth in their songs? Because I know from a hip hop perspective, we believe that every song that a rapper says has to be true. I don't know why, but what do you think about that? Should rappers be telling the truth in their songs?
Well, first, let me quickly ask. I want to know if Pastor Greenleaf and Jacob Greenleaf know that their daughter is out here watching this baby by herself. Watching, I mean, that's her little sister,
Right,
but in Greenleaf, it was a little brother. Like, where's Mama at? You know what I mean? Do the pastor know they need to bring her to back to the church and get it anyway.
right.
Um, so of course, when rap started, it was all about the truth. It was all about what they're experiencing and what they see, and that's how it started. Once you started putting money behind it, and these kids coming out of poverty started seeing that they could get rich off of this, they started telling stories that may not have been theirs. That's not any different from going to school and listening to stories that may not have been theirs. That's not any different than going to work and having your coworkers telling you stories that may not be theirs. Um, I don't really have an opinion on it either way, only because I'm able to discern what I actually care about. For me, music is entertainment. If it tells a story, it doesn't necessarily have to be your story. When authors write books, that's why they have fiction and nonfiction. When authors write books, it's not their story. It's just a story that they've thought of. It could be something they heard. It could be something that just completely off the dome. So I don't really have a problem with it, especially when it comes to rap music. And because rap being mostly a black thing and mostly making money for black youth at the black people, get what you can get. It's up to the people listening to discern. And I know we get into but the kids are listening and they're following it and believing it, and I'm always going back to that's when you need the parents to be to be stronger role models, and that's a whole nother subject. But to answer the question directly, I don't think so. I think you do you entertainment is just that. It's entertainment. And whatever you do for entertainment is fine with me.
Yeah, it's funny. I think a lot of times we were listening to a lot of those songs, and they were talking about them champagne dreams, and all these different things, the females, and the drug stories, and all those things. And I guess a lot of it was believable to the point of where we were taking it quite literally. Where some of these guys would just, as OC said, you was in church with your moms. I know you ain't shoot nobody. I saw you on Sunday in church with your moms, and so a lot of times, yeah, we didn't realize that these cats were embellishing. I taught a course on hip hop at the University of Baltimore, tooting my own horn, and one of the things we talked about was rap lyrics, and these songs. And now you have local governments and the federal government, they're using these songs to indict people. They're listening to little donut song about how he shot somebody on North and Payson, and when you get to court, they playing that in court, saying, here go the lyrics right here. That reminds me of a Key and Peele sketch where one of them was playing a rapper, and he was like, "I know you, gun rack. I know you shot the person." He's like, I didn't shoot him. He's like, you said right here on track 9. And, then you say it right here in this track. He's like, artistic license. And so, yeah, a lot of times, we get caught up in this gunplay and these lyrics, and, people really sometimes telling other people's lives. And so it's interesting. I want to see what happens with the storyline, because obviously Davina, she seems like this character is following her gut. She's still in the back of her mind is like, yo, something's just still not right about this whole situation. There's a truth that's not being told. And anything I know from dealing with women, especially my wife for almost 29 years, when a woman has a premonition and she won't let it go, woo, boy, you better make sure you telling the truth, man, because you just don't want to get found out. If she keep on looking at you like, nah, that just don't make no sense. Like how your parents used to do. Like when you got in trouble, you might be like, you told that lie, you be like, yeah, so and so was with me, and she just be like, it don't sound right. It don't sit right. It just don't settle in my spirit. And I think that's what's happening with Davina here. It's like, yeah, it's not settling in my spirit. There's too many things out here that's pointing to you guys know a little bit more about what happened to Buck that you're not saying. And so, I just find it interesting. I want to see what happens with this because, we saw that when Rock and Lou went to meet with the people up in Washington Heights, up with the Dominicans and what have you. The guy was like, "Yo, I really like that song." So it looked like maybe something might happen for Lou and the music, and we're going to hear a little bit more from Famous in terms of music. All right, let's go to the next subject. Now, you either for us or against us. Now, my man Unique and Joey Badass, he should get more screen time. He's not getting enough screen time from me. I want them to just
He
do an
really should.
episode with just Unique. This he's just so when he comes on, it was just like, yeah, he just grabs up his scenes. And so Unique offers Lou a chance at a partnership. As he said, a spot on the winning team. And so Lou, my man, he declines. He says, I don't get down with bitch ass niggas. And so, did Lulu make the right move?
Well, first of all, you gotta love Unique. Unique
Yeah,
is you are absolutely right. If there are any Emmy awards given out for this show, it's going to definitely have to get a nomination nod to Joey Badass. He is yo rock. You,
yeah,
Lulu, you a smart man. Won't you join the winning team?
right.
Eh. I like him, man.
Yeah,
Lulu made the absolute correct decision because the one thing that we hear in these fiction songs and we see on TV is that loyalty is everything.
definitely.
Loyalty is everything. And even Unique recognized, it's his sister. So he's definitely going to roll with his sister. But like Lulu said, I ain't even about the sister. I just don't roll with bitch ass niggas.
Right,
Pussy eater. First of all,
right,
that was now we're not even going to talk about. I mean, Marvin talked about it, but we're not even going to talk about how Lulu had him dead on and
right.
still didn't kill him. Like,
Yeah. Come on, yo, you done
bruh,
ran the Tech Nine and you missed all of that.
exactly. It wasn't even like he was shooting a six shooter. It wasn't like he was
Right,
like pop or a shotgun where he had to reload it. Like, no,
right.
really?
Come
You
on, dude.
you can't get him.
He said it jammed
But
up
no,
on
he
him.
had, he definitely made the right decision. Whether that decision is gonna, I mean, of course, in this show, the decision will probably pay off in his favor. But just in life, loyalty is everything. Loyalty is everything. You can see even when the boy Scrap was there, they what do you call them? You take turncoat over here, take
Right,
turncoat with you over here. You
right.
know what I mean? Like, yeah, you get no respect from anyone when you're not loyal to the original crew. No one gives you respect. The new crew, the old crew, the streets, no one will give you any respect. So yeah, Lou made the right decision.
Yeah, you can't miss Worrell. He down there eating the yams. Come on, Lou. He was down there going downtown, and he yeah, you can't miss that shot. But yeah, Lou, he set him straight. But yeah, I'm putting Unique right now. I want to put him in the same category that I put Marlo Stansfield as like a cool villain. It's like, yo, you just like really love to hate this guy. He's introspective, he's philosophizing why he's killing your family. So, it's like, yeah, yeah, this is good. But yeah, we're gonna see what happened with Lou because obviously Lou he was distracted by the side business and stuff, and he should be ashamed of himself because when he was creeping up in there, at first I was kind of like Lou he's showing another ghost tendency. He creeping up there. He got the mask on. We saw how that's how Ghost got his name. Ghost used to tip in there, want to take care of business and whatnot. And so yeah, we're gonna see what happens, and somebody say Lulu shot like Omar Epps in Into Deep, where he was like, pop, 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 pop. He's like, yo, give me the
I,
ooh wop, give me the ooh wop.
I think Lou didn't want to shoot the girl. I think he was probably a little hesitant because he didn't want to kill the girl. You know, Lulu got some heart. I do like what Shanika said because Unique Straight was like, I want to apologize for what's about to happen.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just, yeah, that scene. I like them both when they having these conversations, these confrontations and stuff. So we're gonna see what happens next week. And so, R.I.P. Let's bow our heads in a moment of silence. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. All right, man. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Nicole. Nicole, she was a girl jukebox was snowflaking, and on the night that her and jukebox were supposed to go to the high society ball, Nicole, who found one of the deadly crack vials in Laverne's bag when they had met up in Central Park, she decided, life was kind of tough. She needed to relax before she went out on this fake date so she could meet up with Jukebox. And she decided to smoke the crack. And for a minute, I was like, maybe she gonna survive this. And then she just dropped. And this is all gonna come back on the hood. But she leaves Juke sitting at the entrance, waiting for her. I feel bad for Jukebox. Jukebox loved this girl. Um, so man, any words about Nicole and Jukebox?
So I feel bad for Jukebox because Jukebox was waiting. She loved the girl. She got her little chauffeur suit and she was waiting there like she was about to drive her off. Because I don't know what Rock was talking about. Because Rock could have been like, "Yo, like, yeah, I mean, I see you dressed up, but that you look like you about to drive somebody somewhere. Like, what are
Right,
you doing? Like, it's a horrible look. Anyway, the fit was horrible. But anyway, I don't feel sorry for the white girl because the white girl stole the crack vial from her anyway. So
right,
she got because that's what she get. How you going to steal the crack and then get killed by the crack,
right,
boss? But you cannot.
right. Yeah,
You just I don't so I don't feel bad for her. And she all of a sudden after that one smoke she became a crackhead. Like, damn, girl, she should have went to rehab. Your family white. I don't know. Did they have rehab back then? Yeah, they did have rehab back then. Cause what's her name's mom was in rehab. Unique was saying she was going to send them out. Yeah, so
yeah,
I don't
right.
know. I know she was going through a lot with her parents and all, but you can't steal. She should have just been like, "Yo, Laverne, can I have this crack?"
Like, yeah, Laverne, I found this crack in your book bag. Do you mind if I smoke it?
She would have said, Laverne, can I have this crack? Laverne would have looked behind her and been like, I mean, it ain't that big, girl, but if that's what you do, get these groceries. But I'll be here every week. Mondays at 7. Be here every week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just, yeah, you don't go in people's bags and just take mystery drugs. I mean, shoot, we just saw her smoking some wools the episode before. She was just smoking a blunt with some crack in it, and now she's sitting at home smoking crack in the house.
I guess we shouldn't be too surprised. White people also like to kiss their dogs on the mouth. So, I mean, they just go ahead and steal everything. I mean, just don't matter what they put in their bodies, but
Right.
this one got
Hey,
it.
I found this crack. I
This one
found this
got it.
crack outside, and I'm going to smoke it. Pretty much. That's
Left
what Nicole did.
left poor Laverne outside looking. I'm
Yeah.
surprised somebody ain't come up and be like, are you driving the limousine around the corner? Cause she's straight. I swear
Yeah, she
that
looked
was a
like a limo
horrible,
driver. Right,
that was a horrible
where
fit.
the crack pipe come from and everything. She just had her own crack pipe. Ah, yeah, that was kind of shy-ish. That was a little shy type. Maybe maybe the writers from The Shy
She
wrote that particular scene.
she did, she did have her own little crack pipe. Like she
Yeah.
just
Where'd she get the
all of a
crack pipe
sudden
from?
one week she's smoking weed with some coke in it. Next week she got her own crack pipe. She did jump from one extreme to
Right.
another. Like
Just
she,
in one episode.
she skipped a couple grades. she
Right?
she
Right.
went from
Right. He done went from woos to daggone crack pipe that fast. I ain't think it happened that fast.
I think
Oh
it had
God.
a little name on it too. I think it had a name on it. The pipe had a name. I think it said Nikki. I think it said Nikki on it.
Uh, anyway, let's go to your boy Detective Howard, man. He trying to he's showing up. Saw Kanan showed up at the house talking about tell him to ask his mom about it. He's still saying that line. Ask your moms about me. Ask your moms about us. And moms is playing the deny game like, yo, stop. First of all, you ain't supposed to be talking to cops. Okay, well maybe this was before stop snitching because in the stop snitching era, you don't talk to cops. And so him stopping and having conversations with cops, he ain't even supposed to be doing that, Kane. See, that's why I'm saying Kanan is a detriment. He's doing all the wrong things. Kanan, you should have went to Stuyvesant. You should have just went to school because you're not cut out for this, son. You're a lover. You want to be a lover. You want to love with Davina. You out here talking to the cops and all this other stuff. You about to find out this cop your daddy. And so he ask your mother. Ask your mother. That's some, that's some on some like when, some girl, dude dating a girl you used to date. You be like, oh yo, ask her about. Oh, you go with Tina? Tina, little Tina from
Oh,
down on Penrose. Oh,
oh,
yo, ask
word.
your
That's
word.
you.
That's you. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, she know me. Ask her about me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We used to
Old
bang
Coke,
back in the day.
old Coke
Oh, Coke.
bottle. Oh,
Basically,
she ain't never tell you. She ain't never tell
yeah,
you we called her Coke.
right. Oh, yo, yeah. She went to Northwest. Yeah, her shorty. Yeah, she still live on Oakland.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
she
Yeah, I know
still,
her.
she still live West Side.
Oh,
Uh, uh yeah.
yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
my man's
Yeah,
used to holler at it.
my man
Yeah,
used to holler at that. Yeah. Ask if she know Lil Nut. Yeah, my man used to holler at her. Yeah, and that's basically what Detective Howard is doing. He's basically
basically.
like, yeah, yeah, for real. Like looking off in the distance, like, yeah. Tell her, ask about me.
Yeah,
Ask her
ask
about me.
walking away on him. Yo, ask your mother about me. No, for real.
Yeah, for
Ask her
real,
about me. All right.
for real. Yeah,
You
for
might
real.
find out a little more about me than you really want to know.
Right.
Ask your mother about me. Yeah.
Yeah, your moms know.
You right, because Kanan was supposed to be like, the fuck you mean ask my mother about you? The fuck I need to ask my mother about you for? The
Right.
fuck out of here.
Why I ask my moms about you? What you saying, yo? You
Why don't
tap
you tell me? Why
yeah.
don't the fuck you tell me? What I gotta ask her that you can't fucking tell me?
Right. You tap my
Yeah,
mom?
Kate.
Yeah. See, maybe that's the question you don't ever want to ask.
Exactly.
You
But
tap my
but
moms?
you don't ask it direct like that. I know you ain't fuck. I know you ain't fuck my mother. I know you ain't trying to tell me you fuck my
Right.
mother.
Yo, what you trying to say? You have my mom's ankles in the air? What you saying, son?
Shanika say he just want that bone marrow. Like nigga, I mean, I hit your mom's. I'm just trying to get that bone marrow, son. I don't want nothing else from you. I don't need no daddy cards and no Father's Day cards and that. I'm just trying to see what's up with that bone marrow and shit. I only need a little bit of shit.
Right,
Dang.
like, oh my god, yeah. So we're gonna see how much more this just dropping off hints gonna go because we see a little bit in next week's preview. She kind of like confronts old boy, but yeah, he doing the old school like, yo, ask about me. All right, Juliana, she gives Raquel the connection with her family up in the Heights, and so we see that she's about to get this new connect, and also we see that Lulu might get the new connect on the music as well. And so, how you think that's going to progress with the Dominicans?
Yeah, the Dominicans are kind of weird. He liked everything, but he was like, basically like, I'll get up with you, leaving her hanging. She looking
Right.
around like,
Like,
what
yo,
the
I'm
fuck?
trying to give you like a couple $1 million for some product. You get back to me?
He was like, yeah, I'll get up with you. The other dude
I'll
looked
holler.
like he was trying to put some money. He was trying to put some money behind that music. Like, yo, that streets need a body shit was hot, yo.
Yo, son,
I try.
I'm telling
I
you,
got
that's
this.
big.
He was like, yo, I got this cousin. His name is Fat Joe. We call him. He can rap. He's fat,
Right,
but he can rap.
right. Yo, I got this cousin. His name's Pun. We call him Big Pun. I hook you up, son. You get the
hmm
music. Ba,
And
bing, bing, bing.
I don't know if you're gonna get him because he's kind of a player, but he said he don't want to do that no more. I don't know.
Right. He said he be crushing a lot, but he's a big guy. So we're gonna see what's up with the Dominicans,
We
man. But it
gonna
was
see.
overall, man, another solid episode, man. I didn't really go into rock and symphony. We see a lot of people saying that symphony he a little bit too he sus. We still don't know if he the feds or not, but we do know that he's just basically he's a dick for hire, pretty much.
Hey, all I'm saying is, and I put it in the stories on Instagram and Facebook. Symphony dropped the Sarah Smile on him because Sarah Smile is the absolute jam. Listen. I might have some light skinned tendencies because when he started rocking that Sarah Smiles, I was like, what? What? And when you feel it can't go on, what? It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. What? First of
Right.
all, Rock did not appreciate the Hall and Notes. See, I'm questioning Rock right there because Hall and Notes is the shit. They've been the shit. So that
She
made
from
me mad.
Queens. All she wanted to hear was Run DMC. She from Queens. She ain't care nothing about that. All she want to hear is Run DMC.
But I do agree. Somebody says Symphony is the Fed. He is definitely the Feds, and it will come out eventually. Symphony is the Fed. Symphony is
Man, he
out to
get his
take down the
feelings in the talk about
organization.
he want to make love. Other guys they may fuck you, but I want to make love. So Symphony,
Yeah,
he trying to make her fall in love.
that's that light skin shit coming out
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Come
She
on,
she
man.
just
Look, light skinned people, they
uh,
gotta find. They gotta. He's staying in his lane. That's the light skinned
let
man.
that girl throw that ass. You can talk about the love. Let that girl throw that ass on you,
Like
son. What the fuck?
slow down. I'm trying to savor this. I'm not trying to gulp down this big gulp and get a brain freeze. I'm trying to take my time and sip it. He didn't say that. That's my own embellishment. I'm trying to sip this. And she
Was
trying like, nah, nigga, we going to 40. I'm trying to hit the guzzle. I'm trying to blah 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 blah. Take it straight to the head.
I mean, let it. You ain't got to control everything, bitch. If you want to control it, control that shit. I mean, what the fuck? Shit. I mean, let
You're a
the
drug
girl.
lord. Do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Right,
Let that
right,
let that lady take that dick, bruh. What are you doing? You all, she
he's
got
sensitive.
things to do.
He got feelings.
She,
He's
she
sensitive. He's sensitive. He's not.
exactly. She
He's not
got she
difficult.
got things to do. She trying to just hit it and get on out because she got to watch Marvin, Lulu
Right,
fucking up, Kanan fucking up, and here this nigga want to spend some time. Nigga, I'm
right,
just trying to fuck. What the
right. Kanan
fuck?
out here talking to the top cops and stuff. Cop up here talking about ask about me, and you want to talk about your feelings, about you
Exactly.
want to take your time. God,
Exactly. Marvin ain't finished the damn apartment. By the time he finished the apartment, we'd be smelling the nigga that he fucking put in the wall and shit. Like, god damn.
right,
Lulu out here trying to run music. missing hits and everything, and this nigga want to sit down and talk. What?
Right.
What? What do you
Oh,
want to talk about?
crack this.
Yeah.
Crack this and let's go. you, and I didn't learn this until I went to Hampton. Yo, you bugging, kid. Crack this and let's go. Like, what's bugging? I didn't know they didn't say that in Baltimore. Anyway, all right, man. So, do you have you want? I know I started last week. I do have a closing thought. Did you have a closing thought before you make the ATB announcement?
Yeah. Let me get mine in first, and then I'll let you roll. It's real
Mm-hmm.
simple. Thursday night, the NFL starts. Everybody has. There's 32 teams out there. Everybody has a dream for their teams, unless you're like the Detroit Lions and stuff. Some of you all ain't got a dream for your team, but at the end, there can only be one, and it will be the Baltimore Ravens this year, baby. Let's go, Ravens! Ravens to the Super Bowl. Ravens are the Super Bowl champions. Lamar Jackson, another MVP year. It don't matter what you say. It don't matter what your team is. It's all about the Ravens. Go ahead, Garland. You can go right here. That
All
was
right,
all I
man.
had to say.
I'm glad you said it a mouthful right there. I'm gonna say this. I was thinking about this the other day, Calvin. I'm a proud historically black college graduate, Hampton University, class of 1989. Stand up, and I love that ESPN is broadcasting HBCU games. They're showing football and basketball a lot, but these games they're kind of boring, Calvin, and they're not boring because of the quality of the players or the coaching. They're boring because of us, the HBCU alum that go to these schools. Now, this is going to be a little bit tough because the black community, we don't usually like to put our dirty laundry out here for the public to see, but most HBCU alum could care less about the game. The main attraction for us is halftime and the tailgate. Now, I remember my freshman year at Hampton, the school had a good team, a football team. And as a matter of fact, they won the CIAA. They were in the CIAA then, and they won the CIAA that year, and they made it to the Division II playoffs. But most of the fans didn't show up to the game, Calvin. To it was almost halftime. And I always used to wonder why. Well, they only wanted to see the band perform. You had this real good football team, but people didn't really get to the game until around late in the second quarter because they wanted to see the band. And then after the band performed at the halftime, people usually rolled out. So outside of when the band played music during the game, for the most part, it was just quiet in the stadium. It was like we were sitting in the stands and nobody was paying attention to the field. In fact, Calvin, there were more people outside of the game that were inside of the stadium. As a matter of fact, because of that, the school had to institute a policy that now you had to pay to get into the tailgate. One year I went to homecoming, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and I can't tell you who Hampton played. I can't tell you who won the game. I couldn't even tell you the final score, but I can tell you that the tailgate was fire, and the band was good too. And so we're not paying attention to the game. And the thing that makes college football special is the enthusiasm of the fans in the stadium. It makes the game so much more exciting. If you remember last year during the pandemic, oh, okay, great, we got football, but it was kind of boring because there was really no fans in the stadium. And so, because black people, these black alums at these schools, we don't have any interest in the game, it translates poorly to TV. A lot of times, I don't know if it's fans in the stands or not. One time I was watching an HBCU basketball game. It was Coppin State University versus Morgan State University. Now, locally, that game was fire. That's a big game. And it was always sold out. But when I was watching it on TV, it was almost like nobody was in the stands. There was no enthusiasm. Nobody was cheering when they made good plays or a dunk or anything like that. But when the band played during the breaks, man, you would thought it was a club up in that mug. People was like, yeah, people standing up. You heard all this enthusiasm for the band and for halftime. Now, I love the shine that we're getting with the mainstream ESPN. They got a good package. They're showing our games and stuff. But y'all, can we act like we're interested in the game? Can we act like we're paying attention to the game and not just the band? This don't have to be drumline. I ain't saying you gotta go out here and be like these white people and paint your body the color of your team and be going crazy. I'm not saying that, but at least act like there's a game happening and you're not waiting for the DJ to get on to put on your favorite song. That's all I got. That's all I'm asking you, HBCU alum. Let's act like we watching the game and we're not waiting for our favorite record to be played. That's all I got for you tonight,
You mentioned drum it more like Mission College in there, like y'all trying to
Calvin.
just there. It's good that ESPN is showing it because I think one of the reasons why a lot of HBCUs don't get a lot of shine on TV is because of the premier players, and a lot of times the premier players don't come. The 4 and 5 star
Yeah,
recruits don't come is because they're not getting any TV time, and their whole thing is getting exposure to play the competition and to get to
yeah.
the NFL. So
Now we're
hopefully this
finally
will
getting that
start.
exposure. Let's start
Yeah.
acting like okay, now we're paying attention. Like I went past the Jackson State Florida A&M game. That was one of the major games because Deion Sanders is coaching Jackson
Hmm.
State and FAMU. They have a traditionally powerful program, but they're more known for their band than they are for their football team. And it was like, is there anybody at the game? It was just no. But when they showed the band playing at halftime, everybody was on their feet.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when they show the Bayou Classic. Also,
Same
everybody
thing,
watches it just for the band. But
right?
I think one of the reasons why they hired Dion was to attract some of the better players to try to get
Hopefully,
the exposure. So hopefully it'll turn around. If you notice, right before the pandemic, a lot of 4 and 5 star recruits in basketball started signing with HBCUs. I know Howard picked
yeah,
up one, but then the pandemic hit and we didn't get to see him. So
right.
it's anyway. But yeah, that's definitely a good point. A couple things coming up for us. So as you know, tonight at 8 o'clock. Queen Sugar starts its season again. So
Right.
what we're going to do, because we did start Queen Sugar, we don't want to do 2 times a week. So what we're going to do is we're going to record our Queen Sugar discussion. It'll of course be without an audience, so we're going to record it and then we're going to put it out for you all to see. And we'll do that as long as Raising Kanan is going on. So that way we're not doing double duty. And then once that's off, we may go live with it, but we're really just holding a spot until Insecure pops up in the end of October. So definitely when that comes, we're going to pick up Insecure because I know everyone watches that and everyone wants to see that. But
Most
in the
definitely.
meantime, we're going to go ahead and record. We're going to pre-record the discussion for Queen Sugar. Also, next Thursday, I believe Thursday is the 16th, if I'm
Yes,
correct. Is it
yes, it
the
is.
16th?
Yep, next
Next
Thursday
Thursday, the 16th, the championship will
coming
be
up.
up. We are going to have a battle next Thursday, the 16th. It's going to be in a little different format. We'll explain that a little later, but it'll be in slightly different format than what we're used to. So it'll still stay here. I don't know why he's doing the Dave Chappelle, Rick James
Come
hands come because
on.
they're not covered to him. And lastly, so next Monday when we do our normal broadcast, it just might be on location because next Monday the Ravens kick off their Super Bowl season, and we can't miss that. It's in Vegas. We may or may not kind of be in Vegas. We'll just see. We'll just see. In the meantime, this is all things black with Garland and Calvin. I'm
Yes, sir.
Calvin. He's Garland. That is the championship belt, which will be up not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Thank you all for joining us. As always, we
Coming.
appreciate it. We will see you all later. Watch our recording for Queen Sugar. That'll be out one day this week. It may be tomorrow. And watch us next Monday when we may be on location with this broadcast. All right, Garland. I will talk to you later, sir.
Come to me, belt. All right, Calvin. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man, later.